Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another episode in my Football Manager series. This is episode 54, and today we're returning with a brand new season as Season 7 is about to get underway with Cardiff City playing Europa League football for the first time in the save. Today we see the first game of the season at home to Manchester City, plus a look at pre-season as well, and of course, the transfer special, which was the most eventful window of the save by quite some distance. Oh my, it was a dramatic one. It was incredible. If you follow me on Twitter, at @DocLanders, you would have seen all the goings on yesterday as I was playing through the summer transfer window. It was insane. It really was. And we'll get to the signings in a moment. But to start with the departures, I'll begin with the players that are left on free transfers and were released as well, beginning with the latter. You can see a few youngsters were let go at the end of the season, and also some noteworthy veterans as well, including Smolov, the Russian, who was loaned out last year. He's been let go on a free. Vitolo left the club. He's now joined Bristol City, fun enough, at Ashton Gate. And also Riyad Mahrez, after a year here, he's left and gone to Lokomotiv Moscow on a free transfer as well. And also Latif. You might remember this guy. We signed him a few years ago, the young Egyptian midfielder. He was let go on a free transfer and joined Fortuna Düsseldorf for no transfer fee. I wanted to offer him a new contract, but he wasn't having it, so we let him go. And yeah, he never recovered from that broken leg he got a couple of years ago, and he's now left on a free. But we also loaned out a couple of youngsters as well, Dumphy, Jarman, and Lewis, and also Josh Cotterill has once again gone back out on loan to Sheffield Wednesday Hillsborough. This time we'll get $1 million for that, and he did really well last year at Sheffield Wednesday. He was one of the top scorers in the Championship, so we'll keep an eye on him there and see how he gets on for his second year. But as for the actual sales, there were only two, but they were very, very big indeed. Firstly, Jefferson Lerma, not too big, but the Colombian midfielder we had for a couple of years, he's gone to PAOK in Greece for £9 million, so totally fine with me. And also, the big one, you see him there, but Lenio Fernandes, our 21-year-old Portuguese striker, decided to leave the club for £85 million. It's a club record sale by quite some distance. It smashes the Harry Maguire sale. And yeah, he's gone to Spain for £85 million. I believe it's £45 million up front and then £40 million over 3 years. But he was out of contract in 2 years' time. I've been trying to give him a contract for a year and a half, but he just wouldn't listen to new talks. He wanted to leave the club, and I thought if we can get $85 million for him, I'm going to take it. He is an elite striker. He is one of Europe's best, but in this team, playing just one striker in our 4-2-3-1, he was always on the bench with Maria starting, and he wanted to lead to a bigger club, and I thought, you know what? I'm not going to keep you any longer. I'll let you go if the fee is big enough, and it was. So Fernandes has gone. I can't believe, mate. He's now on 300 grand a week at Barcelona, and we might well regret it, but again, he just simply would not listen to new contract talks. I thought we might as well get some money for him, and $85 million is a lot of money. So yeah, Fernandes gone, and as well, it's also worth pointing out, where are we here? There we are. There is a clause in his contract as well, which is a 40% sell-on clause as well. Now, that's not 40% of the profit. That's 40% of whatever the total transfer fee is if he leaves Barcelona again. So basically, if Barcelona sell him to like Chelsea or City or whatever, for like, let's say £100 million to make it easy, we'll get 40 million of that as well. That's incredible. I think this is a fantastic sale. I really do. You know, to lose a player of Fernandes' quality, who was one of the best players in the team, even though he wasn't always in the starting 11, to lose a player of that quality is always sad, but to get 85 million for him, make a massive profit on a guy after we signed him from Martimo a few years ago, and also had that 40% sell-on clause as well, that's incredible. So again, if he does get sold for an astronomical fee, which is definitely doable because of the fact he's such a great striker, we'll get 40% of whatever the fee is. I think that's a good sale, actually. I'm actually quite happy with that one. And so as we move on to the signings, there's only two players to show you that we signed in the summer transfer window. And funny enough, they both came from the same club for around the same fee as well. So we'll start off with the replacement for Lenio Fernandes. From one Portuguese young striker to another, welcome to Cardiff City Football Club, our new number 9, Pedro Antonio Guimarães Simoes, or as we'll call him, Pedro Antonio, or perhaps just Pedro. Pedro comes in to replace Fernandes. He's taken his old number to number 9 as well. And I've got to say, this is a really, really good sign of this. Just 18 years old, so like Fernandes, he'll become homegrown and trained by the club in 3 years' time, which is really crucial for European squad registration rules. And as you can see, the young 18-year-old is described as a wonder kid by the media, and he's got some absolutely phenomenal stats. He is quick with 15 acceleration and 15 pace as well. He's got high agility with 16, high balance with 16 as well. He's also got 17 stamina, 15 natural fitness, 15 strength as well. So physically, this guy is absolutely fantastic. That's his best part of the game, I'd say. Mentally too, he's got great stats in key areas. 50 anticipation, 15 composure, 12 off the ball. Definitely needs work, and we are working on that on training right now. And 13 determination, 13 work rate. We like to get improved, and we've got him in a mentoring group right now, so hopefully that determination will go up as the season goes on. But technically, this guy's got some fantastic stats already at just 18 years old. 15 dribbling, 15 finishing, 13 first touch, 16 heading at 6'1", very good as well, with 14 technique too. He's got some brilliant stats. He arrived at the club for £50 million, and that's a lot to pay for an 18-year-old, yes, but this guy is already a proven goal scorer at 18. He was a proven goal scorer at 16. He's got 22 goals and 9 assists in 50 league games whilst playing for Benfica in Portugal. So really happy to have him in, and he's already been capped by the Portuguese national side as well. £50 million, 110 grand a week, 5-year deal, and a replacement for Fernandes. I'd say we've done a bit of good business there. I really would. Losing Fernandes hurts, don't get me wrong, but this guy I think will be a very competent replacement and could get perhaps just as good, if not better, in the future. But our number one signing was someone I teased on Twitter yesterday. It is a new club record signing, and it was only £3 million more than Pedro Antonio. So for £53 million, welcome to Cardiff City Football Club. Oh my goodness gracious me! The OG, Oscar Gonzalez, a Colombian-born attacking midfielder, and also has Portuguese nationality as well. We love our Portuguese talents, don't we? Oscar Gonzalez, my goodness, when I saw this guy, I was like, I'm bringing this guy in and no one is going to stop me. He had a £53 million release clause at Benfica. We activated it as soon as we could, as we got our initial budget, literally like the day or 2 days after we got our initial budget for the new year. I spent it all on Gonzalez. The interesting thing about this kid is that he's not actually had much in the way of high productivity in terms of goals and assists while playing for Benfica. I don't really know why that is. In the years he spent there, he's not really given them much in terms of direct contributions to goals. However, his stats are absolutely phenomenal. He's 21 years old and he'll turn 22 in December. He's already been capped 24 times by Colombia as well. And this guy, man, he just looks absolutely phenomenal. His physical stats are great. He's only 5'9", but he's quick with 17 acceleration and 16 for pace, 15 stamina, 14 natural fitness, and 20 for agility, which is so good. This guy could jink around literally anyone. I love that. Mentally, he's got some incredible stats. 19 determination. You know that's why I wanted to sign him. With 15 work rate, 17 for vision, and 16 for teamwork as well, 16 for flair, 16 decisions, 15 anticipation as well, fantastic mental stats, and technically just 21. This guy has already got everything in his locker. 13 crossing isn't too bad if we're going to play him on the right hand side, which we could do in place of Jason if we wish to do so as the years go by. But he's got 15 for dribbling, 17 for first touch, 17 for passing, and also 19 for technique as well. I mean, this guy just looks like a little magician. He is the OG. His stats are incredible, and again, for £53 million, I'm delighted, man. His valuation has dropped since we signed him, but his stats are just incredible. I don't see a negative to this guy. I really don't. All across the board, this guy looks absolutely fantastic in an attacking sense, and with the 19 determination and the 15 work rate as well, with a driven personality, what can I say? I'm so glad we got this guy in, a new club record fee. The contract is insane. I mean, absolutely insane. I showed you guys this on Twitter yesterday, man, and I was just like, oh man, what are you guys going to think about this? 155 grand a week, so he's our new highest earner alongside Maria. 5-year deal. He does have a minimum fee release clause as well of £105 million. If a big European club wants to snap him up, there's nothing we can do about that, but his bonuses are incredible. Look at these goal bonuses here, man. Seriously, he could earn, I think it's almost close to £2 million in bonuses if he scores 30 goals in a season, which is unlikely to happen, but either way, he's got a 5% yearly wage rise as well, a massive loyalty bonus, 38 grand appearance fee, 26 grand goal bonus, 450 grand for a team of the year bonus as well, 500 grand if we ever win the Premier League, 400 grand if we ever win the Europa League as well. This guy is going to be raking in the cash here at Cardiff City, and my goodness gracious me, all I'm saying is, when I said on Twitter yesterday, if this guy fires us into the Champions League, he'll be worth every single penny. If not, I could well get the sack. He's going to cost his club an absolute fortune. But again, you got to spend money to make money. His stats are just absolutely phenomenal. And all I'm saying is I can't wait to watch this guy play, man. He just looks absolutely incredible. And he's surely going to be a joy to watch in this team. And he becomes our new number 10 here at Cardiff City. So £103 million spent on 2 players. Benfica must love doing business with us. £103 million spent on 2 players from the same club in one window. And of course, raising £95 million for the sales of Lerma and Fernandes as well. It was a really eventful window. There was so much going on, yet there was only 2 signings. It was crazy. No veterans coming in, no little wonder kids. Well, I mean 2 wonder kids right there, but no cheap wonder kids, if you will, arriving as well. No freebies. It was just a really weird window, but it was definitely the most eventful one. It was incredible. So for those that don't follow me on Twitter, you wouldn't have been aware of what was going on. You guys have got to follow me on Twitter, man. Seriously, it's @.calanders. There's a link to my Twitter in every single description of every single video. You guys get like the first sort of like look at what's going on in the say before the episodes come out. You got to follow me on Twitter, man. But you wouldn't have been aware of this, but what was going on in the summer, the big news was there was a transfer saga developing with Peleo Maria, our vice captain, our best player in the team. He was courted by Spurs, and Liverpool never put a bid in, but Liverpool were interested as well. But Spurs put in bids which were just astronomical. At one point they were willing to offer us, I think it was £150 million in total for Peleo Maria. But in the end, we decided that we weren't going to cave into the demands and the bids from Daniel Levy. We managed to keep him here, and he also signed a new 5-year deal at the club as well. It would have been incredible to sell him for like £150 million. But in the end, I just thought, you know what? This guy is literally the definition of priceless. If we're ever going to get into the Champions League on a consistent basis, this is the guy that's going to do it. So he signed a new 5-year deal for the club. It expires in 2029. He's now on 155 grand a week, matching the contract that Gonzalez is on as well. But also the good thing about the new contract is that in his old one he had the match highest earner clause. That's now been taken out. So if you ever make another big signing and he comes on like 250 grand a week or whatever, Maria will stay on 155 grand a week and not match that new contract. But either way, it is a really pricey one. If he plays 10 games for Spain, lol, probably not going to happen because Spain just don't want to call him up for some reason. He'll go on 175 grand a week. But again, big bonuses here, big clauses as well. And yeah, Maria stays. The transfer saga ended. And again, you might think I'm stupid for turning down around 150 million pounds, but listen, I would even consider turning down 200 million for the guy, perhaps even 250 million. I know that sounds ridiculous, but this guy is literally the complete striker, the complete forward, the complete player. And if we are ever going to become a big side in Europe, this is the guy that's going to make us that team. He's got stats which are just incredible in every single area. He's got the 20 determination, the driven personality as well. There's no downside to him. Keeping Maria here was the key for our summer. We managed to do it just, and yeah, Maria stays despite the massive bid from Spurs. And we also extended the contracts of 3 other players as well. Helder Goncalves signed a new 5-year deal. Absolutely buzzing for that. Our left back here who is just fantastic. Of course, don't forget he's homegrown and trained by the club as well, which again is really important for squad registration rules in Europe. Goncalves signed a new 5-year deal. He's only on 62 grand a week as well, which you'd think is quite cheap considering how good this guy is at just 21 years old. So yeah, Goncalves stays. Absolutely buzzing about that because this guy's fantastic, man. 6'3", 18 strength. He's quick. Physically, this guy's just a complete package, and technically really good defensively and mentally really good as well. James Ward-Prowse signed a new 3-year deal at the club as well. Now 29 years old, due to turn 30 in the game as well. We'll have this guy until he runs out of his contract, and then we'll let him go on a free, I think. He's a decent little player. You know, he does a decent job for us. Nothing too special. He does what we need to do, and again, being English helps with the foreign player limit rule in England post-Brexit as well. And also Jason, the captain, our leader, my secret lover, decided to sign a new contract as well. It's a new 4-year deal for Jason. He was out of contract in 12 months' time. And the best thing about it as well is I showed you this on Twitter. He also took a pay cut of £3 a week less, not a lot, but either way. And also, he took a reduction in his squad stats as well, because as much as we love Jason, as much as we know that our captain is just absolutely fantastic whenever he steps on the pitch, he's now 30 years old, and we know for a fact he's not going to keep it up until he retires. Eventually, he will start to have a drop-off in his performance. We saw last year, with the 4-month injury he had in total over the course of the season, he is going to start picking up knocks here and there as well. Now he's starting to get on a little bit. We love this guy. He'll always have have a place in the team until he retires, but eventually, as much as it pains me to say it, we will have to phase him out eventually and make him more of a rotation player. So the fact he was willing to take that squad status now, that's just true professionalism from a true leader. This guy bleeds blue. He loves Cardiff City. He will do anything for this team and anything for me, and which is good. And yeah, Jason signs a new 4-year deal, and I run out of words to describe this man. He is the alpha male. He is the guy. He is Mr. Cardiff City FC. So yeah, buzzing for that. And Jason signs a new 4-year deal, and there you go. And also Ben Davies is still here as well, because I thought about it. You know, some of you guys were saying in the Champions League final episode, I was being too critical. I was being too critical of Davies. I was making him into a scapegoat. I was making him into an even more of a scapegoat than Fellaini was during Manchester United years. But Davies, I was a little bit too critical after his penalty miss against Milan in the final, and I thought, do you know what? We're a team. We're a family. We are a unit. We are a squad that's built on togetherness. We can't just we can't put all the blame on Ben Davies. No. We'll keep him here, and Davies is staying, and we didn't sell him. And I'm making out the reason we didn't sell him is because I'm all about forgiveness and togetherness. But the fact is, I actually tried to sign Benjamin Mendy on a free transfer, and I would have sold Davies if we did that. But in the end, he went to Arsenal instead. He rejected us, and because of that, I couldn't find someone better for value for money than Davies. I thought we'll keep him here anyway. I mean, he'll be gone at the end of the season, definitely. He won't get a new contract, but either way, Davies stays. Davies stays, and you know, he publicly apologised to the boys on Twitter after the final, and we forgive you, Ben. We forgive you, mate. Don't worry about it. But right now in the social groups, as you can see, we now got 3 splits after the ingoings and the outgoings in the summer transfer window, and also in a hierarchy as well. No change to our team leaders. Jason, Maria, and of course Andre are still our 3 team leaders. And yeah, that's the dynamic screen. And also as well, one thing I want to show you is how Preseason went too. As you can see, we won every single game in Preseason, including our Cardiff Cup as well, and also in the Europa League as well, after qualifying for it by winning the Carabao Cup last year. We have had a couple of qualifiers to play. First, we beat Brann over 2 legs, the Norwegian side 7-0, and we're now taking on the Romanian side, CFR Cluj, in the 3rd qualifying round. We lead 3-0 from the first leg, so we should be going through to the 4th round, and that'll be occurring around this time. So yeah, we're pretty much surely going into the final qualifying round. If we win that, then we'll go into the group stage, which I feel pretty confident we'll be able to do. So is there anything else I wanted to show you before we dive into the first game of today's episode? Our finances now look like this after a crazy summer transfer window. Our bank balance is 38 million, but the transfer budget is only 5.5 million. Oh yes, one thing to show you is we did agree a future transfer for a young talent in world football. Where are we here? There we go. Future talent, Brahim Messaoudi. Not sure how you pronounce that, so we'll just call him Brahim. He's a young Moroccan central midfielder playing for Raja Casablanca right now. And this guy looks really decent. He's got the driven personality, which of course, as we know, is really, really good. 19 determination, 14 work rate. He's already got 16 for vision, 17 for technique, 15 heading as well, which is pretty nice as well. He's got some decent stats, and he'll be arriving at the club for, I think it's around £500,000. And once he turns 18, he'll be able to join us in the January transfer window. So he's not here yet, but in January he'll come play for us, and we'll see how he gets on and keep an eye on his career as he develops. Oh, and just before I forget, one more thing I want to show you as well is who won the European Championships. Obviously, there's the European Championships in the summer, as you can see. Oh, don't remind me of that. It was won by Italy. Italy won the European Championships to beat France on penalties after a 1-1 draw, which feels very familiar for some reason. I don't want to remember. And the semis look like this, and the quarters look like this, and around the 16 look like this for those that are interested. And there you go. And also for those that are curious as well, you probably would have been aware of this by now, but Wales have not called up during the save. Jason, Camarasa, and Maria now has Welsh nationality as well, but they've not called up Jason or Camarasa during the save so far. So I'm pretty sure that even though both Jason and Camarasa have that Welsh citizenship, in their nationalities page, it doesn't mean they can represent the nation, which is such a shame, because I thought it did. I thought it meant they could now play senior games for the national team, but unfortunately not. So it seems like Cam, Russell, and Jason will never play on the international stage, which is such a shame. But there you go. And Maria as well was called up for Spain for the Olympics, but again, he still hasn't had a call up for Spain yet, which is so frustrating, and I don't know why that is. It is so annoying, because he definitely deserves one. But anyway, first game of the new season, let's just dive straight into it. We've got Manchester City here at the Cardiff City Stadium in the Premier League season opener to take on the Europa League winners. And of course, we'll be lining up in a 4-2-3-1 for the game. And right now in the injury report, everyone is fighting fit. The only player absent for the team today is Stefano, who is coming back with the Italy under-23s, as he's been playing in the Olympics just like Maria. And they lost on the penalty shootout to I think it was Germany under-23s. With Italy, and Stefano missed the crucial penalty in that as well. He missed the Argentina. He missed the crucial penalty. What is it about our fullbacks and missing penalties in shootouts, man? Seriously. But yeah, this will be the team for the game. Then 4-2-3-1, our normal system, and this is our line. We've got Onana in goal, back for Goncalves, Kimpembe, Jordi, and Odriozola. With Gonzalez playing deeper in the deep line playmaker role alongside McKennie, just because Alenya last season was fantastic playing further forward. He's got a great link with Maria as well, and I want to keep him there for the time being, but eventually I'll swap these two roles around. But for now, Alenya will stay further forward and Gonzalez will sit deeper, even though it feels like it might be a waste of his talents there playing alongside McKennie. But yeah, attacking field trio, Session on the left, Jason on the right, and Alenya through the middle, and of course Maria, new 5-year deal for Paleo, lining up top, and on the bench Henderson, Holding, Davis, Cameras, Ward-Prowse, Woodburn, and Pedro Antonio as well. So first game, it's City in the Premier League opener. Let's get a win and start the campaign off with 3 points. Come on, you Bluebirds. So first highlight for in the Cardiff. Jason goes for goal from the free kick against the post, and Jordi scores! He squeezed it in, and Cardiff City in front. In fact, it's an own goal from Skriniar, and Cardiff City have the lead. How on earth did that go in? Just want to see this on a replay. Jason's free kick hits the post, and as Jordi controls, he goes to shoot, and oh, I see it takes a massive deflection off Skriniar. I didn't see that at first. It takes a massive deflection off Skriniar, and it wrong foots Edison and goes into the bottom corner. It seemed to trickle in at such a slow pace, but it is a goal, and it's 1-0 Cardiff, and we do strike first 22 minutes into the game, but here comes City looking to respond. Augustine down the right-hand side, plays it into Bernardo Silva. There's lots of men over on left-hand side. One of those is João Felix, and Onana makes the save, and Onana will clear it as well. Good start to the game, this, as Alenya flicks onto Maria, and it will drop to Gonzalez. Oh, and Edison pushes it away. Gonzalez's long shot rating is 11, so that's not too high. Alenya's is better at 14. He also has better flair as well, so because of that, Alenya does seem a bit better suited to be in the attacking midfield role. But Gonzalez does have a lot to offer going forward as well, as Alenya's got space here after a poor throw in and puts the ball just wide of the post. I think we're going to score a lot of goals this season with this Cardiff team. There is so much attacking quality throughout the side. We should be one of the top scorers in the league this year, no doubt. I'm going to say to the boys at the break, we've got to guard against complacency now. Don't think the job is done. Though I am going to individually criticise Maria and say I'm not happy with his performance when he's fired up from that as well. You know, the one negative to Maria, and I do take this point on board, some of you guys have pointed out, is he does have the dreads playing in big matches tag, if you will, as part of his game. As Odriozola throws the ball straight to Phil Foden stupidly, but Jason wins it back. And McKennie sends it long, and that is so frustrating because I don't know why he's got that. He's come good in big games before, but it is true. Every now and then in big games, he does go missing. And as Augustine fires one at goal, and Onana turns behind for a corner, I'm not sure if he can ever get rid of that. So for his entire career, he might dread playing in big matches every single season, and that is going to be a hindrance. Cracking game this. 52 minutes in, still Cardiff lead by a goal to nil as Jordi finds Weston McKennie. And our American finds Gonzalez. Back to Jordi as we shall pass out from inside our own half. Jason down the right-hand side is going to play a lovely ball to Paleo Maria. Oh, and he's hit the post. And Edison inadvertently turns it behind for a corner. You know, it is true, man. Maria in big games, he's just not the same sort of player as he is in other games. That should have definitely been 2-0. He had time to take a touch there, bring it down, and then finesse it home. Tried it first time. and off the woodwork. Still 1-0 to Cardiff. We have been the better team out there, but City have got more than enough quality to get back on level terms. Bernardo Silva down the left-hand side, back to the left-back, and now Sharp steps inside, but Jason makes the tackle, and Elenya plays it long for Maria to chase John Stones, but Stones is there, and the former Everton man plays it back to Edison, who sends it long to De Bruyne, who flicks on, but as McKennie wins it back, Gonzalez takes it down and finds Ryan Sessegnon, who steps in field and goes for goal. Easy save, still 1-0. João Felix for City finds Belotti, who's beating Kimpembe and bears down on goal. Onana! What a save by Andre. Turns it behind for a corner, keeps us in the lead by a goal. He's made some big saves today as we're still in front. Corner dealt with, still 1-0. Can we hang on? Approaching stoppage time, still up by a goal, and I think that is going to do it. And that is going to be a winning start for Cardiff City to begin Season 7. A big victory over the Europa League winners City, courtesy of a deflected goal, but we'll certainly take it. And I'm absolutely delighted about that. So, buzzing to get the win. Gonzalez didn't do too much on his day, but did what he needed to do playing deeper. And yeah, it was a good defensive display from us. 7.5 for Geordie, who sort of caused our first goal, if you will. 7.1 for Kimpembe. 7.4 for Goncalves, who literally never lets us down. Great to start off with the win and a clean sheet as well. Buzzing for that. Start as you mean to go on. And great to get the 3 points right off the bat. So that will end today's episode of the Football Manager series, guys. So big fan of you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. And if you did enjoy today's episode, then please do drop a like, as likes are, of course, very much appreciated. And do that channel out as well. Much love to you all. Have a fantastic day. And I'll see you for the next episode in our Football Manager series very soon, where we return with games against... There's not really a big doubleheader coming for a long time. So I think what we'll do is... I don't even know. There's going to be a Europa League playoff around here, like the 4th round. So I might come back for the second leg of that, and then Watford at home as well. I'm not too sure. I'll think about it. But either way, that was today's episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Much love to you all, and I'll see you for the next episode. I don't even know what we'll come back for very soon. Bye now.